This is Community Conversation. I'm Dale Gardner. We're going to be talking about the Adrian Music Boosters and what they're all about, as well as a fundraiser that they're going to be having here in just a little bit. But I would like to welcome into the program the president of the Adrian Music Boosters, Scott Greggory. Scott, it's good to have you on the program.
Thank you very much, Dale. Good to be here.
It's good to have you with us. Maybe just discuss a little bit before we get into the actual fundraiser itself, Scott, about what the Adrian Music Boosters do.
Yeah, well, we are kind of charged with supporting all music programs in the Adrian Public Schools. So that's band, choir, orchestra. And as I mentioned off air, we are fortunate to have several orchestras, and that's so we're very proud of that. So we cover for everybody, and that means raising awareness and sometimes raising funds for those programs. So many of our teachers contribute their own money to programs. In our case, it's reeds or instrument repair, whatever. We like to help out however we can, and just make our music programs as good as they can, and make the experience for our kids as positive and as wonderful as it can be.
And I know some of the competitions that the students go to, they do very well on them too.
Yeah, and it's exciting to watch the growth over the course of the year, because it's like a sports team. I mean, you're constantly having new members come up, freshmen, and seniors leave, and all that experience leaves with them, But it's wonderful to watch that process from, let's say, band camp through those first couple of months of the football season, and then get to that point of the competitions. It's electrifying. It really is. Yeah. And when they come home with ones, those highest scores, right. It makes you really proud. So we have a lot to be proud of here in Adrian in terms of our music education. I think our town recognizes that. I think we appreciate that in general with the arts, and that's why I think our work as boosters is so important, because we want to continue to have that conversation about the value of a music education and the value of the arts in this town and for our kids.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, Scott, about the value of having a music education as well. There's a lot of benefits to it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what are some of the benefits from it?
Well, it's interesting, because I just read an article the other day about some fairly new research, and the study had been conducted over several decades, and it included more than 30,000 students who are in the Florida school districts. And they found out that kids who took an elective arts class in those middle school years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, had much higher GPAs, grade point averages. They did better on standardized reading and math tests, and as opposed to the kids who were not exposed to the arts. And we know from a lot of research prior to that kids who study music also have larger vocabularies. They often have a greater capacity for memory if they start early on. Music students tend to work better in teams. Just like, again, athletes, they are working constantly, whether it's within a choir, orchestra, band, whatever. They're constantly listening for other people's contributions, and they have to react to that, whether it's dynamics, whether it's a pitch, constantly adjusting, constantly looking at a conductor or a director for that input and reacting to that. So that's so positive. And of course, you may have heard that playing music basically lights up a certain part of the brain.
Yes.
As the musician is playing. It's the cerebral cortex, not that I'm a brain surgeon or anything. And this is the part of the brain that helps with motor function and actually developing personality and intelligence and an ability to plan and organize, and of course processing language. Music in itself is a unique language.
Yes.
So you add all that stuff up together, and it's definitely a positive. And in addition to giving kids a creative outlet, I don't want to paint with a broad brush here, but I think more and more our kids need that. They're maybe sitting in front of a television. It's more of a passive lifestyle these days.
Right.
So if we can get kids actively marching, actively playing an instrument, the physicality of that, along with the mind power that comes with that, that's all tremendous. So anything we can do as boosters to encourage that, to bring awareness to that, the benefits of the playing music and learning music, singing or playing an instrument, we're all about that.
Absolutely. Well, parents have a big part of that as well, not only as your part as band boosters, but parents themselves, the students who are participating in music, also have a big responsibility as well, as make sure that they're they're practicing and and understanding what they're doing, right, Scott?
Absolutely, and we encourage parents if they have committed to a music student, give them a place to practice. Maybe that's the basement room, or maybe that's their own room that they need to play. They need quiet, they need focus, concentration, that kind of thing. We also encourage parents, if they've ever been interested in it, to take up an instrument themselves. That's if the family that plays together, that kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah,
and it's certainly a wonderful creative activity for an entire family. Simple things like you could just listen to more music around the house, turn the TV off for an hour, turn your favorite tunes on, and then expose your kids to maybe the music you grew up with as a youngster, or things that genres of music that maybe they wouldn't normally be exposed to. It's so easy to get access to that kind of stuff today. When we were growing up, you had to go buy the record for $4.98. And what a thrill that was, wasn't it? When you got a new record, it was wonderful.
Yes.
But now the kids today have so much access to so many types of music that's what we would consider odd or bizarre or whatever, from different nations, different cultures, and you never know what's going to turn a kid on in terms of a style of music. So we always encourage parents to share more music, expose their kids to it, and just you never know what's going to light a kid's brain up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Well, I certainly can understand and can relate, because of the fact that when I was growing up, my parents made sure I had a wide range of exposure to different music, from the popular music to the classical and the whole realm. So, I give them kudos for doing that, because it certainly made me appreciate music even that more, and that's part of the reason why I got into this business as well, is because of music.
And it's not necessarily that your child has to be a concert pianist or play a trombone for the rest of his life. It's not necessarily about that. In fact, the majority of kids who leave any music program are not going to pursue a career in music, but it does leave them with lifelong lessons and lifelong instruction and insight, I guess. You can take how you present your music, or how you express your music, into the business world.
Absolutely.
As you're making business presentations. That's one of the biggest things that I took away. I played a trombone for 8 years. I'm a self-taught drummer, and it's my musical career ended at the end of my high school years, but I've absolutely taken the things that I've learned about the basics of music, whether it's editing music or choosing music for audio productions or whatever else that I do.
Yeah.
But also that presentation aspect of it is very important, and it gives you confidence. If you can, stand in front of an audience and play a solo, you can probably do pretty much anything.
That's
If you get by that, you're good, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And so when you can make those little achievements along the way through music, then you're going to be that much more confident when you get out in the world.
That's right.
So it's very important in that way.
Well, then one of the responsibilities that you as music boosters have is raising money to help keep these programs going, right?
Yes,
Scott?
that's true.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to keep these programs going, and we're fortunate, or we're happy to have the funding we do. But one of our main responsibilities is to come up with some of that money. We do that in several ways: through the concession stand at the football games. That's ours. The apple pie sale in the fall, which you folks are You folks are very generous to support us with that. And the most recent fundraiser is the mattress sale. We're in our second year now, and as I tell everybody when I talk about this mattress sale, I admit this is a goofy thing, man. This is who would do this? But this company that we've partnered with has been doing this for many years, very successful all over the country. And some of the cities and towns around our area, around Adrian, are getting a little hip to this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a very successful thing, and it allows these school groups, whether it's a band, orchestra, football team, whatever, to make some nice money for relatively little effort. And the nice thing is it's a win-win, because the people who come in, it's not just a donation. You're getting a very high-quality product, and what's cool is for them is you're saving a lot of money. Because the organization we work with doesn't have retail stores, they can come to our gym, set up for a day, mark prices down to up to 50%, deliver all that stuff. It's just like walking into a mattress store, but you're going to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we feel very confident offering this to people. It's like, as I said, a win-win.
Yeah.
The sale this year happens on the 27th of April, which is a Saturday. It's going to be in the Adrian High School gym from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All forms of payment accepted: check, cash, credit card. Layaway is available too, and just about every size mattress you could imagine. And even if you have a unique size, like let's say it's a day bed or something like that, all you have to do is bring your specs in, your measurements, and they will custom make it for you.
Wow.
And you'll still save a lot of dough.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's a really
and
nice
knowing
deal.
that, that the proceeds are going to be going to the Adrian Music Boosters.
So basically, your purchase is doing double duty. You're not only helping yourself or your family member that you're buying the mattress for, but a nice chunk of that goes to the Adrian Music Boosters and supports our kids in their music education.
That's right. And if they would like to find out more, is there a place that people either can call or log into?
Sure. We've always got our website up and running. It's adrianmusicboosters.weebly.com, and Weebly is spelled WEEBLY.com. adrianmusicboosters.weebly.com. And we're on Facebook as well, a very active Facebook page at facebook.com/Adrian Music Boosters, constantly putting updates about the sale right now, but also videos of performances, pictures, information about music education, all sorts of stuff. So even if you're thinking about getting your child involved in music education, we'd encourage you to check out that page and just follow along, and many opportunities to get involved and just to follow along with what's going on in APS music. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah. Well, the thing is to come and check it out because, at a certain point, we're all saying, boy, this old mattress has got to go.
Yeah.
And this would be a great way because, like you said, Scott, it's like saving up to 50% off the retail. Yeah. Woo-hoo, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Plus, you're also helping out the Adrian Music Boosters at the same time. And all those things we talked about the organization for a student, the benefits for participating in music and band, whatever it may be, that, just all the benefits off of this you're going to be helping this with this mattress sale. So
yeah,
stop out.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be a part of this organization. I've been president for almost a couple of years now, and I urge parents to come to our meetings. Just come to one meeting, check it out, see what it's about. If it's not for you, great. And we don't need every parent to be at every meeting. That's not necessary. But we certainly have a lot of opportunities that you can help and contribute and actually even make money for your child throughout the year, whether it's at the concession stand or selling apple pies or selling mattresses.
Sure.
So I should mention, I haven't focused on this, but when your student hands out a flyer to somebody in the community and that person comes back and says, hey, I want to make sure that little Johnny gets credit for this, that student will make $25 for every mattress that is kind of credited to them. And that money goes right into their personal Music Booster account, and they can then spend that money for band camp, for private music camps, for private lessons, for instrument repair, anything music related. We will reimburse them through their Music Booster account. So it's a great way to raise money for camp. And parents, they can absolutely lower their exposure here in terms of music-related expenses just by handing out some of these flyers.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game at some point. The more people we can attract to the sale, the more likely we're going to sell more mattresses.
Absolutely.
We made more than $6,000 last year.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And our goal is, I think our goal is $9,000 this year. And we're hoping to meet that because we think more people know about the sale. They realize it's a legitimate thing. It's a great product. Delivered to your house, and it couldn't be any easier.
It's going to be coming up on Saturday, April 27th, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. at Adrian High School. Check it out, the second annual Adrian Music Boosters Mattress Fundraiser. Scott Greggory, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
Much success with the sale.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And we look forward to having you back soon to talk more.
Appreciate it very much.
I'm Dale Gardner. This has been Community Conversation. We'll see you next time.